Welcome to an extremely rare bonus stream outside of our usual operating hours because, of course, we can't tear ourselves away from this game. We're going to continue directly from where we left off yesterday. We just landed in Hyrule. We ran over to the first available star fragment after seeing the blood moon come up and refresh exactly nothing because we haven't killed a single thing yet. And now I need to figure out where I managed to lead myself in the course of running over to this hill. Now, because originally I think the thing we wanted to do was proceed over to that stable over there just to see what was happening. I think we'll probably back that way. We passed by something interesting that was pertaining to Hudson Construction, which we'll remember in conjunction with Tarry Town in the first game. Also, progress-wise, we're currently looking at... Oh yeah, this was where I fell down from the sky and smacked myself in the head. Progress-wise, we're currently looking at, I think, 4 shrines and about 7 Koroks. There should be a way for me to see this. Let's take a look. Yeah, 7 Koroks so far, and of course we just grabbed the first required heart. Let's maybe scout the landscape a little bit. See what we're dealing with. We just had the sun come up after chasing stars not long ago. And again, this is going to be a relatively short session. We're going to be continuing this on our regular schedule with another sitting later today as well, probably. And yeah, good old wetlands. Over here, that looks like an interesting device. But we'll probably go stable first, just to see what's going on. Also, we have a shrine that is suspended over there. It looks like it is something that we can reach by way of that trunk. Let's mark it just in case. We probably need stamina food or something to climb that high, but we'll get to that and figure that out. It doesn't look that high, actually. I mean, how much stamina do I have in my current energizing elixir? Not that much. But if we get within position to use the Ascend ability, that could change things quite a bit. It needs quite a bit of spatial thinking here, I think. That some things are going to work differently in this game. We just need to wrap our head around that and break some of the traversal habits. Oh, there's a Wizrobe. Looks like lightning. We're totally not ready to fight that yet, but you never know with the many other implements that we have. Yeah, this isn't that tall. It looks like maybe if we can create some kind of platform, the Ascend ability might in fact get me within reach. I don't have a good intuitive sense of the range yet on Ascend. That's the main limitation of this so far. But anyway, let's hop on up. And see what this is all about. Major trial of strength. Here we come. First of all, let's see. Yeah, I don't think Ascend's going to reach from up here. However, there is that other point, this protrusion from down below, that looks very much like it's meant to be an Ascend target if we manage to construct some device that will get me that far, but we'll see if that's the case. We might just burn the stamina elixir if we need. It's not that tall. We can do it. We just get that additional half a bar or something. Or even just manage to stand on top of the branch in a bit of a rest stop. And of course, jumping back down safely is something we'll need to think about. We'll need to climb back down, probably. Because it is such a big change to not have the glider. Absolutely huge change to the assumptions that you can make about the traversal mechanics. There is a pool of sorts down below for jumping. Very conveniently placed. Yeah, we will need to power up. Just I don't even know if that'll get me enough. It's about half a bar. That's going to be a close call. Not really counting on it. Maybe if we hop up there, right at the very end, there we go, perfect. Morok Shrine. Okay. Let's take a look around here and see a kind of overworld treasure chest puzzle, which is interesting. I think this is almost certainly... This is Skyward Sword thinking talking here, but the ascend point from down below probably gets you through here. If you manage to create something like a vehicular platform or something that will get you high enough. And so that's something we should be looking at doing when we have the chance. Sliding under here and being able to go up. We need some kind of marker for that, in fact. If we have a map marker that says that somehow for an up point, let's just say treasure chest. And we'll eventually remove the shrine marker since we're here. We'll move the shrine marker right now, in fact, since we're here. Whoops. And we'll head in and see our first overworld shrine of the game. And yeah, as you can see here, 4 shrines, 7 Koroks, 0 of something else we don't know about yet. Love the look and feel of the shrines in this game. Quite different from what we had seen before. Bouncy device. We totally don't have a sail, which does not bode well, perhaps, for our ability to do this. Bouncy device. Now, how do we do this without a sail? Maybe we need to... grab onto something. Let's see with our existing suite of powers whether we can figure it out. I'm sure we can. Is there anything to latch onto? Well, that's a little far off. We don't really have a device to merge with this just yet. Maybe we're supposed to get the sailcloth at some point, because it looks very much like we're supposed to, but, you know, that's, again, Breath of the Wild thinking, and might not really apply here. Also, that's a lot of fall damage. Let's... about a heart and a half, I think. Let's be careful here. What can we do with this? I mean, this is clearly meant to teach you something about the way the game works. It's not going to be ascend. It might be... I don't know if there's a particular reason why we might want to recall this device. We can't do it anyway. Perhaps we need to go up and hit some kind of target. Let's actually just try to hit that target. Whoop. And we fell down. That's not good. Let's just charge up. Let's just find another bow. Yeah, let's not lean forward into the shot too much here. Yeah, because we can activate that device. And now what does that do? That did something. What did it do? Oh, we actually managed to get the bullet time boost this time. That's a spring. How would that help be? Maybe we do need some forward momentum. Yeah, okay, no, we just run forward as it goes up. That's actually very simple. That's the tutorial. The tutorial is, you don't need the sailcloth, and you shouldn't expect it. We really need to break out of that habit. Looks like we can probably tap this and tap it again to just go up like that, and then probably hit it with something else to just get it to spring upwards. Okay, whoa, whoa, whoa. It's going to be a bad fall. Hang on. We do need to run forward into that, which, again, it's not a habit we're necessarily into here. Let's, I guess we'll have to burn some of the cold resistance fruit. That's okay, we've got cold resistance gear now, it's not too big a deal. And then, oh, no. That's not going to work. Okay. Alright, possibly we need some other utility here that I don't necessarily know about. But we'll see, because bouncy devices, it's possible. Oh, nope. We're really going to get ourselves into trouble here. Yeah, you just need to run forward into it, but then if you run forward into it... This is totally going to be death if I miss. Yeah, just need to run forward into it. That's all it is. That's all it is. So we should maybe heal up here too. Here's another bounce point. Literally just running forward. Now what's this? Oh, okay. This is actually something that you can grab and use, which is important because... Is this an attachment point? I don't know. But it looks like it has some potential for placement in such a way that you can bounce a ball, perhaps. Let's see what this is. Probably we need to go up. Retrieve a ball of some sort. So... Okay, so you got two of these over here, which will eventually stack, I'm sure. Once we can get through there, we'll need the ball. There's the ball, I see it. And I think the idea is that you create this kind of platform. Whoops. Which will then act as a launcher. Let's do the rotation properly here. And then, because of fall damage, maybe we should heal up a little bit again, just to be absolutely safe. Good. Perfect. Now we need to launch again. Get the ball going. We'll just try to place this accurately. And tuck it in. We're getting steadily used to how the rotation is going to work. We'll totally have that second nature in good time, I'm sure. Yeah, we don't want to attach it, we just want to spring it. Perfect. Is it going to roll in? Hole in one? Hole in one? No. Yes, hole in one. Nope, not a hole in one. Yes, it's a hole in one. Okay, good. That's the way to do it. Now, given my own weight, I don't know if I should place it at this point or up front. I think up front is probably wiser. Let's just give ourselves a little bit more distance here. Or maybe not, because then here we can kind of fall into it and stand on it. Alright, let's see if this will work. Might not be the softest landing. Yikes. That's a full 4 hearts. That's not very soft. We need a softer landing, basically. Let's think about that. Yeah, never mind losing the Master Sword. It seems like the hardest thing about this is just losing the sailcloth. Okay. Let's try again. We can totally do it, though. Down C device, yeah. Okay, just need to run into it. Good. Whoa, no. We need a little bit of forward momentum here. And... okay. Yeah, at a landing point on the next launch, we don't know how it's going to work. Because it doesn't look like there's a particularly soft landing that's available there, and so... I'd be really surprised if this was strictly item gated behind something like a sailcloth, given that everything up to this point is working just fine, and so... This is one of the first locations that is... oh no, we're gonna... accessible. Yeah, let's heal up so we don't take that damage. This is going to be one of the first locations that's accessible after you drop from the sky, right? So, your fairies can enhance your armor. We need to think about... I actually wonder if there's going to be some way that we can construct a parachute or soft landing of some sort. Let's eat up just so we can have half a part here. Maybe just burn one of the stemelish rooms or stem bulbs. Yeah, we just need half a heart here. Oop. Let's watch the timing. Nope. Okay, let's try it again. There we go. Nice and smooth. Let's try this again. It's a little bit difficult to sort out, but... you basically need to kind of hold forward into tapping it, I think, and then it works from there. There we go. Just hold forward into tapping it. Now we need to think about how we're going to get some kind of landing point from up top. So I don't know how I'll launch myself back here safely. I don't see how a soft landing is really even possible. But we'll have to do it. Okay. Oh, nope, that was not the best. There we go. 45-degree rotations. Getting a little better at this. But yeah, how do I even live? If I'm riding this, do I have to cling on to the ball maybe? Hold the ball? No, I mean, you'd definitely die if you did that. Find some kind of soft cushion. Or use the wing. I should use the wing. However, I'd have to use my own wing. And but then you could basically place the wing and then launch and then ride it, right? I think that might actually work. To give you a soft landing. But then that would be dependent on an item that you take in with you from the outside, which is why I'm thinking that isn't necessarily going to be the required solution, but which would be an interesting way of doing this. Now, we're fairly limited in terms of wings, and the thing is, I've been trying to commit to playing this game without fast travel, and currently the only place that we know of to replenish devices like the fans, wings, flamethrowers, etc. is to get back up into the Sky Island. If we can eventually find some kind of way to do that without fast travel, I would like to. But I'm looking at this and thinking I absolutely need the wing. Because the fall damage regardless is going to be a little bit rough. So let's do this. Let's see if we can actually find a way to sail. I'd love to try this just to see it. I mean, worst case is we burn one of our devices. Oh, you can't actually do it. Or is it just a matter of where I'm standing? You can't actually use it inside. Okay, I didn't know that. I was hoping I could. Because now, how do I survive this? Or do I just need to be at a full 4 hearts and I just assume that we need to take 4 hearts worth of damage? I'm not really sure, but... because I don't see a good way down. I don't see a good way down at all. Without taking away too much fall damage. Maybe if we find a way to project ourselves forward, so we don't follow that kind of falling arc. So, for example, if we go up to this pedestal, and we... yeah, maybe this is what this shrine is supposed to teach you, that you can do something like this, project yourself forward, and if you do that, maybe at worst you fall into the pit, but then you don't take as much fall damage from the arc. Oh, never mind. Let's try to place it on the platform itself. This is a very conspicuous platform that looks like it's meant to accommodate this kind of idea. Maybe there's a way to attach it to prevent it from doing this. Okay, it only punches me this far. In that case... no, there's gotta be a way. Alright, let's assume then that maybe if I'm at a full 4 hearts, then we don't take as much damage. B-Minutes, welcome. Welcome to my very rare daytime bonus stream. I don't think I've done one of these in possibly years, but we kind of specially contrived our schedule for this. I am loving the game. I spent 8 hours in the tutorial zone yesterday. Not even technically yesterday, it was maybe earlier today, but... okay, we don't know yet how to prevent fall damage here, because I can't get out the glider and I don't have the sail. Spoiler alert, I don't have the sail. You haven't started yet? Yeah, I'm going to avoid saying too much that would give things away, but it's really interesting to see how it gets you back to some fundamentals that feel very much like it did to discover Breath of the Wild for the first time, where, you know, you have to engage with some of the introductory mechanics and the terrain a lot more right out of the gate. Speaking of which, let's see how we can avoid death here, because I've got 4 hearts. I don't know if this is survivable. I really don't think it is. I was hoping I could just get a push off of this platform, but... actually, what is this platform? This was just where I... oh, this was where the orb was stationed. Okay, I understand that. This was where the spring was stationed. There's got to be a way. Maybe if I just fuse this to a weapon or something, and... can I create a pogo stick? Can I create a pogo stick? Wait a minute. I want to see if I can do this. What is this weapon? Let's bouncy stick. Maybe we can do it. And just bounce. Bouncy stick. And yeah, this actually refreshes once you consume it. So we have an infinite number of these. Because maybe if I'm falling and I use the bouncy stick, then I can pogo off of it or something. And yeah, James D, I also started last night. I'm doing a very rare bonus stream because I can't tear myself away from this game, and I'm trying to squeeze in all the time that I can. I had to rearrange my life slightly to permit myself to do this week, but what do we use to bouncy stick? Or what if we shield into it? Like, I think there are probably some possibilities here that we haven't considered. Like, grab a shield into it, and, you know, kind of shield surf as we dive? I don't know. Got so many bounce platforms now. Let's... And we've got an infinite number of these, too. Let's, grab this. And, yeah, it's really quite a treat. Surprisingly fresh in some ways. Maybe not surprisingly. Zelda always does something new and interesting, but it's kind of interesting that, you know, Breath of the Wild was kind of playing catch-up with the open-world genre. I was talking about this last night, and rewrote the book on it. And now it's kind of like they took that format and latched onto all of the engineering games that have come up since Minecraft. You know, everything like Subnautica, Satisfactory. As far as 3D spaces go, I know in No Man's Sky they have stuff like that, maybe, but I haven't played it. But just in terms of, you know, contraption building in a 3D space, that I realized that's a natural elaboration of what people were doing in Breath of the Wild anyway, when making airships with Octorok balloons or what have you. And it's fascinating to see this take on a concept. Okay, let's see if we can survive this. Can I survive this? Yes, barely. Okay. Okay, so that is survivable. We just need to heal. Maybe that was just a 4-heart check. That's not even a check on anything in particular other than that. You just needed 4 hearts to survive that. Which might be a little bit odd. That totally looks like it's something. Oh, that's one of those hidden bubbly enemies, maybe? Let's take a look at this. That's totally a secret. Let's see what we can do with it. Where's my other spring? Here it is. And if you attach them all together, I think a single tap will probably spring everything, right? Like, I would assume that's how it works. And then let's rotate. And Beeman, as we were saying earlier, you're going to start after school gets out, yeah, for the summer of B. I mean, I'm a slow enough player, judging by how I played Breath of the Wild, that, you know, even if I start on day 1, I'm going to be way behind everybody by the end of it. Oh, we need to untap this first. Hang on. Just because it is very much my habit to, you know, delay the main quest and fool around as much as possible, which is why I took 8 hours in the tutorial. Because that's just the kind of game this is. Oh, no, that's just a ceiling. Okay. We're going to take fall damage. This is going to be a Wile E. Coyote moment. That's a Wile E. Coyote moment. I think it might kick you back to the start of the shrine, unfortunately. That's my experience so far, so might have to redo it. Because the autosave is start of shrine. So we needed to not do that. I thought that ceiling there was actually something like one of the glowy cave enemies or something that give you the, what is it, bubble gems? But no, that's just an open part of the ceiling, and it's nothing. So we died rather needlessly. You played like 5 hours yesterday and didn't get Ultra Hand until... Yeah, no, I took even longer than you. I went to the snow zone first, that's why. And I explored it very thoroughly. It was very obvious that I needed something that worked like magnesis to do the minecarts and so forth, but I didn't even go to the Temple of Time and unlock the shrines until the 4-hour mark, I think. And even then, I wasn't as thorough as I usually would be. Like, I felt like I was actually taking it quickly by my standards. Okay, push forward as you hit. That is going to be the most reliable way to do that. Push forward as you hit. Next thing is just going to be a 4-heart check. Yeah, we're at 3.5 hearts. That's because that was my state at the save point. Let's do this. I'm getting much better at rotation. And I actually got into a position in a snow zone where I consumed all my food and had to basically death run out of there because I was out of heat resistance, or cold resistance rather. But it made for some interesting, tense early game moments that, again, reminded me of discovering Breath of the Wild for the first time, which I think was very much the intended feeling. But yeah, I picked some fights. We got the flamethrower weapons very early on and spent them right away because I kept trying to use the flamethrowers to hit bomb flowers, and I kept missing. Just barely. Like, I kept placing these bomb flowers, and my aim would always be just a little bit off. Okay. Yeah, let's slap this. Let's grab some food, so I know it's survivable with 4.5 hearts. I might as well fuse the weapons anyway, though, because it's too much fun not to do. Let's see here. Well, why not? We'll do it with a shield, too, just because we can. We get an infinite supply of these things, right? So might as well. We can take it out with us, too. We can even fuse a whole bunch of them together if we wanted. I don't know if it really gives you a damage buff necessarily. Rusty shield plus spring. Yeah, it just... I don't know if it actually has an effect, but we'll see. And it looks like it repairs its durability too. That's interesting. I mean, it's not at full durability, but it's no longer blinking. So it looks like that if you do fusion, it is something like a partial repair, if you want to keep the base of the weapon going. Yeah, you didn't want to waste your peppers and all your food. I wasted all my food. I spent all my food very heavily just to pick fights when I was completely under-equipped with tree branches and the like. And, yeah, absolutely loved the... I have to speak about this in rather vague terms in case anybody missed it, but absolutely loved the big fight in that zone as well. Okay, let's move this. Yeah, I don't think you can actually get some kind of pogo stick effect off of these. But who knows, maybe when we get into a fight we can demonstrate that. Did I eat? No, I did not eat. We need to eat. Half a heart will be fine. I'm gonna take... Oh, no, hang on. Come on. We need to take tons of damage. But we know it's survivable from experience, so we'll do it, and we'll do the triple stack for the next bounce. Okay. So, should be survivable. Nope. That did not work that time. Probably I shouldn't have tried to pound out of that. How do I do that then? Because I did brace the fall last time I tried that. And is it because I used a weapon, or is it because of something else? I actually don't know. But it's... I did barely survive it last time. But the thing is, I have to get up to that point in the shrine before I can even test that, so... There's got to be a safe way to do that. Like maybe, you know, riding with the ball or something. And oops, oh, this is going to be a hit. A big hit. Okay. I'm further than you. Not really, because I had just fallen off the tutorial zone right before the beginning of this stream. This is literally the first thing I've done. That is outside the tutorial area. Well, I mean, unless you also haven't left the tutorial. But yeah, I mean, this is the same kind of game as Breath of the Wild, right? Like, it's impossible to tell how far people are except by their number of hearts and Koroks and the like. And maybe some other unlocks that they get later on. But I'm in a very kind of... Oh, you haven't left the tutorial yet. Yeah, okay, so I'm barely out of the tutorial. I have seen almost nothing. Whoops. So I am not much further than you, and you'll probably see this soon enough. I gotta figure out how to do this. Now, unfortunately, you can't take the glider in with you. And then... Oh, let's do this again. Go get the timing down. There we go. Now we will have to tap and go forward at the same time. Barely makes it over. I still don't know what I'm supposed to do to project myself safely from the other side. There's maybe some... Like, I feel like I'm finding these kind of hacky solutions to it that are not the real solution, and that there is a way to puzzle it out that I'm not seeing. When streamers found their first Korok, that was your third one, because I was looking over... Yeah, I'm sitting on 7 right now. I left the tutorial area with 7, and I saw a few spots that I actually didn't wind up checking because I was, again, not being as completely thorough as I usually would be. Like, I saw some spots that I wasn't able to get yet, and which I knew how to get later on, but I haven't gone back for them. And I've been trying to play without warps, but given the structure of the tutorial island, I feel like it might be necessary to warp in order to go back there. Although, it was possible in the first game to eventually return to the Great Plateau without warps, and so hopefully it's going to be the same here. If you are like me and you want a genuine zero fast travel experience. But it looks like potentially the Great Sky Island might have to be an exemption to that, which would be unfortunate. But okay, so how do I survive this? First of all, let's get some fusion done. I did survive this previously. Let's try it without swinging my weapon. And the problem is I'll have to basically repeat this shrine until I figure this out. Okay. So I don't know how to fall safely in this game yet. There's no particular implement here that I makes sense for that. Unless there's a way to create a sail. Let's take a look at my materials here. Like with my bat wings or something. Or I actually should have exited and attached a glider to a weapon, maybe. Attached to a stick and it can be used as a fan. But I can't get the glider out here. But if I took the glider out outside the shrine, like if I reset next time, if I take the glider out outside the shrine and maybe latch it onto a weapon or a shield, maybe I can make a custom glider. But I can't do it in here because I can't summon the wing. Yeah, I was hoping that I could just project myself forward and that maybe that would be a better position, but Yeah, James D. I mean, you've got the perfect playstyle for this kind of game, honestly. Like I was telling people yesterday, when I played Breath of the Wild, I did my first Divine Beast at about 180 hours into the game. And I talked to Impa at around 200 hours into the game, after I'd done the Divine Beasts. So, basically, Breath of the Wild is, you know, the dream game for people who don't follow instructions, right? And I really, really do not follow instructions. Okay, let's see here. So, we definitely need to heal up, first of all. I don't know if there's something additional I can do to prevent falling damage here. But, I mean, unfortunately, this bit feels a little bit trial and error right now, where the next time I come here, I'm going to try the custom glider idea just to see what we can do with it, but maybe I need to just shield into it. I just don't know how to fall safely, this thing. I know there were ways to do it in Breath of the Wild where, you know, you're near the ground and you do some kind of weapon stall, but maybe the weapon stall was how we did it. Because, you know, you would basically jump like that, and then maybe if you do it near the very end, you can stall, but we can try it again. I have my, whoops, doubts. Okay, that works. If we stall right at the end, that works. It's a pretty hacky solution, but we'll take it. Anyway, let's unstack everything. And we also ran into this, which is why it's all springy. Anyway, this is going to teach you one of the fundamentals of the game, which is... Oh, let's get as much height as we can. Which is that when you attach devices together, they all activate together. Very, very useful principle to know. And we'll make sure they all have the same configuration, and we'll compress everything. And... there we go. This looks very precarious. Like I was saying, very precarious. Yeah, I should probably line this up a little more cleanly. Or we'll just take it as is and it'll spring all over the place. Yeah, that's what happens if you don't line it up cleanly. That's what happens if you don't line it up clean. Okay, I guess we're redoing this. Yeah, so it was a little bit wobbly. Maybe that's a bad idea. If we let it wobble, it should wobble forward. Alright, here we are again. But at least we know now that I can do the whole weapon stall and we can survive. Maybe I am supposed to have a glider at this point, I don't know. But it looks rather suspiciously lethal, this whole place. But still doable, which is why it's hard to tell either way. Okay. Because it's just possible enough, that's the thing that makes it interesting. Okay. We might as well do all the fusion first. Grab another one. Might as well fuse a whole bunch of these. I mean, it's only a 1 damage buff or something, but... or maybe. Actually, it was pretty good with the weapon. There's a stick... yeah, 4+1. Yeah, so if we stall at the last moment, And with 4 hearts in tow, I think this is survivable. Oh. Okay, let's do this. Okay, let's eat up. Because we know this is just barely survivable. And we might as well stall now. I mean, we did kind of go through the gate when we were falling, so maybe we smack into the wall or something that is actually better for my positioning. Oh, whoops. Hang on. Maybe we're supposed to smack into the wall and then that would be slightly less lethal. Come on. There we go. Very stylish. Okay, this time we're going to put everything on a flat platform. And would probably die from fall damage anyway if we miss this next shot, so... Yeah, let's put it on the flat platform so it isn't wobbling back and forth when we're attempting to stack things together. And let's glue this. Hang on. Good. Nice and sturdy. That's not nice and sturdy, it's a little off-center. But maybe we want it to project in that direction. Let's center it. Let's not take chances. Yeah, it's a little wobbly anyway. But it's a little wobbly going forward, that's actually not too bad. Like this. As long as we don't hit the wall or something. So again, we're going to tap and hold forward at the same time, just like we did previously. And, oh, there we go. There was a second layer there, too. Looks like there was a treasure available. There is a treasure available. But it's not really safe for me to go down here. Is it? This is a bad idea. We're going to weapon stall this. Okay, just a little bit of damage. We'll need to go back down after that, but... Sneaky elixir. Okay, and then we'll need to fall back down again. And probably restart the whole shrine from fall damage, but that's what happens when we are curious. Bad idea. Okay. Never mind, I guess we're doing the whole thing. Yeah. Right at the exit too. I should have taken the exit and then come back in to do that part. Okay, that's fine. I want that sneaky elixir though, now that we know where it is. It's just that you need to do... But the thing is, we still have the problem of coming down from that platform though, right? Where... Even if you make it up to that platform, you would still need to fall back down from it. So I don't know how to get it without, again, some kind of parachute or a device. So we might have to skip it, because I don't have a way to do this safely, I think. Unless perhaps the weapon stall is actually causing me more problems than not. But I don't remember actually what the weapon stalling does to fall damage. It's something I took advantage of in Breath of the Wild, but A, it might work differently here, and B, I actually don't remember how to use it optimally too. Because in Breath of the Wild, you never have to worry about that since you have the sailcloth all the time. So. Oh, also notice that I was past the save point. Oh, I was past the save point and I kept this. Okay. That's good then. Because that means we don't need to worry about getting the treasure chest since, yeah, it kept my bouncy weapons and everything. And we just need to redo the puzzle. So. Yeah, because I guess there was an autosave when I got up to the top part. Right beside the shrine exit. So we'll do this all over again. It will not be too bad. As long as we heal up a heart. Okay. Said as long as we heal up a heart, let's do that. And then stall at the last moment. That did not work the way I thought it would. I mean... Oh, I think I know why. It's because we actually had a bit of extra elevation from the platform where you get to spring is when you spring all the way in. So maybe that was able to mitigate my fall damage slightly. Hang on. We've been here for ages, but that's what happens when I experiment. That just happens. That's just the way it's going to go. Okay. And then, alright, let's get on this thing. Nope, no. We're going to be here a lot. Watch it turn out that I am supposed to have the glider by this point. Just watch. Now we're doing everything the hard way, but that's okay. That's the point of this game. Do things the hard way now, worry about them later. I feel like there are a number of things here that would be trivialized by the glider anyway, but, well... maybe not. It's mostly just a way of making safe landings. Yeah. Yeah, if we could have done some kind of safe landing with a shield, that would have been great, but... Like, if you unsheathe the weapon, can you do a shield landing? Not really. Because I was thinking, like, if you do something that's similar to the shield surf... Oh, shield surf. Like, if you jump off and then try to jump into a shield surf. I'm trying to do it, but... Oh, look at that, look at that. That's it, that's it. That's how to do it. You shield surf with the bouncy shield. I'm so glad I discovered this. Except it's only single use. That's okay, because we can fuse it anytime we want. That's exactly how to do it. You can shield bounce with the bouncy shield. That is so elegant. I mean, it makes no sense in these games to think about whether something is intended or not, because the thing is it fun, right? And that is fun. We gotta practice it while we still have shields available, because that is so interesting. Like, basically, okay, we need to get the input right. There's good old shield surf. It's jump. No, you need to unsheath. And then shield button into A. And look at that, you can bounce. And it expends it immediately, but it's safe. It's totally safe. That is so neat. I'm so glad we died enough in this shrine to figure this out. Because I was thinking, surely you can get some kind of bounce, and I couldn't get the bounce from the weapon strike, but from the shield surf. That is really interesting. In fact, you can probably use that to brace fall damage in a lot of different circumstances. Assuming that it does, but let's assume that it does. We'll heal up anyway, but... And of course, I do need my weapon out when I'm sailing to do that, but we'll have the weapon out because of the strike when we hit the device anyway, right? So... Alright, that is so interesting. It feels out of the box, but at the same time totally available to the player just because of the way that it gives you infinite chances to refresh your shield as long as you have a shield, so... Okay, we're going to do it this way. Weapon out. You hold the shield button going down, and then you press A. Same old shield surf as usual, and we'll see if we can do the shield bounce. Alright. That is brilliant. Let's heal up anyway. And we're going to be kind of facing backwards, but we'll see if this works. Okay, shield. And that didn't work. Maybe because I was facing backwards. We'll try it on the first bounce. We're going to practice it from the early bounces so we have the controls down. If I'm not facing backwards, maybe it works. But I think going backwards into shield bounce might have affected it. And we know we can refresh the shield at any given point, so... Let's get weapons out. And then we'll go up. Oh, no. Didn't quite do it. We spent the better part of an hour on this. Just also, my sound's dead. Let's fix that quickly. One moment. And we'll be right back into this. That is so interesting, though. What an amazing mechanic. But I don't know if there's a limit on how much you can brace fall damage with it, if you can brace fall damage with it. Okay, sound should be back. Okay, so we get weapons unsheathed. We're gonna go up and we'll try to shield into it. Yeah, you can totally do it. And then take fall damage from the second bounce. But that's okay. That's a learning experience. In fact, it will give you the control tutorial again. Let me just check this. Ready to shield, a jump and ride, yeah. But you can do it off the bounce, right? Like it does definitely let you. Come on, let's time this properly. So let's fuse the shield again. Let's also heal up. We'll need it. No, we won't. Not here. Yeah, because then you can do the bounce like that. But I don't know if it prevents fall damage. It's not clear to me that it does. But that is amazing. What a fun mechanic. Okay. I bet you can do all kinds of skips and such just that way. I want to fuse all my shields with this thing now, just to have more pogo bounces in the overworld. Now, can we do it backwards? Very important to find this out. Doesn't seem like we can. Although I might just have landed too closely to check. Anyway, we should do this with the method that we know will work. And just do it with the weapon stall and just get out of here. But I wonder if you can fuse the balls, actually. Probably not. No, didn't think so. The Pogo Shield Surf. Absolutely amazing. Okay, let's heal up. And try this nonsense again. What if I kind of did a spin attack here in this position? Well, let's see. We'll try it. If I can. No, let's just do up install. Okay, yeah, I see what's happening here. This extra bit of elevation is actually saving my last quarter heart. So the fact that it was landing here is actually what saved me. I think even if you don't do the weapon install, that you're supposed to open the gate and land here. And that might actually be the intended solution, which is kind of hacky, but it works, I guess. Anyway, we're down to almost no health. Let's be risky, let's roll with it and try to get over to the shrine at long last. We already popped a treasure chest, so no need to mess with that. Okay, let's maybe tap this as well. And we'll position this so it's not leaning backwards, it needs to lean forwards. Ugh, ugly. Okay. Okay. We may not have done very well here, but we did discover the Pogo Shield Surf, and that's the important thing. That's the lesson we're taking with us today. Should I eat a little bit? Nah. Famous last words. Nice soft landing. You see? Nice soft landing. And we'll take a bit of fall damage on our way down from here. Amazing. Okay, let's finally get out of here. Like eagles on pogo sticks. For those of you who know your Grim Fandango. We are in this, we're not going to skip the text. Sit through it. We'll probably switch to a different shield as a default, so we have the Pogo Shield Surf available if we need. I wonder if you can do things like Glider Shield Surf now. Like, it seems like a lot of shield fusion mechanics would be built with stuff like that in mind. We know what a flame shield does because we saw it in the tutorial island, but these movement-related effects might turn out to be really quite interesting, so. Notice too the design of the monks here is kind of reminiscent of what they lay out in the mythology of the Zonai and the Hylians, kind of founding this civilization on Hyrule. That you have the two together as a pair with the Zonai and the goddess. Anyway, we know that there is the chest in here that we can't get to yet because it is obviously going to be a warp from below. Let's actually see if we can drop up from above, though. Because it looks like it might potentially be open, but we might not be able to traverse safely. Unless, of course, we do the shield pogo. Yeah, you can totally drop in from above. You know what? You can just probably climb down from the top and try to climb safely. So we don't just drop. Yeah, we can totally do it. Just like the good old labyrinths in the last game. Now let's actually try to get the climb down prompt, which I never successfully managed to do for some reason. Wrong way. You're gonna eat some and play some more yourself. Yeah, do have fun. I will be back with more of this in a couple hours after this session too, so I'm going to be squeezing as much as I can out of this game. Oh, here's another pogo to get yourself out of here. Oh, never mind, we got a chest. We don't need to ascend into here after all, so let's unmark this from the map. And let's maybe move this guy up. Notice that you can attach treasure chests. We're naturally going to try attaching a treasure chest. Let's find a stick. No, you can't actually pick it up with fusion. Okay, never mind. But you can use it with Ultra Hand. Which makes sense because that's how magnesis worked in the first game. Oh. And yeah, see you around, James D. Oops. Let's not throw our weapons needlessly. I'm doing a bit of that. Okay, that was not the best way out. Whoops. Yeah, we need to project ourselves towards the wall so I could actually climb. I mean, maybe that was the sensible thing, but... like I was saying, maybe I am supposed to have the paraglider. Anyway, treasure chest has disappeared since we've looted it. It is no longer available. Yeah, let's not tilt it this way. Let's bring it back and lean forward into it. Maybe not too far forward. That was part of the issue, was that I was concerned about going over the boundary and pulled back too much instead. Oh, come on. Really? How do I get out of here, then? Well, we'll learn things the hard way. I'd like to just get up on the wall and cling to it, but our positioning doesn't actually seem very well built for that. Maybe I should have just left it in its initial position. Okay, we've got to stop doing this. Let's just climb, whatever. That's another clue that maybe we should have the paraglider by now, but whatever. We'll do things a slow way. We'll try to take a dive into the water somewhere. Climb back down gently. Maybe heal up and get to the nearest stable. If we can. Yeah, we've got plenty of room to climb this, so no need to mess around with fall damage. Maybe we should eat up just a little bit, but... and yeah, we're going to burn the cold resistance food, but whatever. I don't care. We've got cold resistance gear. It's kind of redundant at this point until we get to somewhere super cold. Which we're not doing anytime soon, by the looks of it, so... let's just climb down. We'll take things gently. Oh, whoops. I said, well, okay. That wasn't too much damage. Alright, let's find somewhere to drop into. I know there was a body of water somewhere here. We're probably going to miss it. Somewhere down there. Looking for it. There's the whiz robe that we saw much earlier. We might just need to climb down the trunk that we came in on. That's not where we came in on. Okay. So one of the lovely things about committing to no fast travel is that you get this kind of traversal experience that other players might just miss out on. Yeah, we might have to do a bit of a partial fall here for stamina purposes, because we did need to do a stamina refresh on the way up. I might need some health replenishment food just to save. But I thought I saw a body of water down there that we could fall into, but maybe we shouldn't depend on that kind of thing too heavily. Try to take gentle slopes whenever possible. Just gradually make our way down. Link and the beanstalk. Yeah, we're hopefully safe at this point, at this elevation. Much easier to go down than up, anyway. Stamina-wise. Alright. Back in the overworld. Didn't we say something about going to a stable? Long ago, before we had our hour-long pogo stick adventure. Oh, here's something malicious. Doesn't look like there's an eye or something to shoot. Oh, this guy... It does have a few eyes to shoot, but... Oh, it's going to move towards me. Let's see if we can focus the bow or something. And got that money, welcome. Doing a very rare daytime bonus stream today because it's Zelda and we make special exceptions of all kinds. We need another bow here. Let's grab one. I wonder what happens if we attach light to it. I wonder if that exploits some kind of weakness. We go Bright Bloom Seed. It's not really a light arrow, so to speak, but might still have some interesting properties. Or we can do a bomb, but I'm kind of low on bombs. Let's go fire. Okay, and just really toast this guy. I'm never on during the day. Yeah, exactly. Your copy doesn't come in until Tuesday, so... Yeah, it's well worth it to be on blackout for this game. Well worth it. Dark clump. Cold to the touch. I guess maybe fire actually did work to just toast it. Yeah, I was on a pretty significant blackout myself. I didn't even watch any of the recent trailers or previews from this year, and so it's been a really interesting experience to discover this from scratch. We've been learning and discovering quite a few mechanics along the way. And yeah, the space for creativity is pretty immense with the mechanics here. Go to Lizalfo's. Where are we looking for a stable? Where was it? And did I mark this shrine? I don't think I did. Looks like a shrine anyway. It's not really lit up, but we'll mark it. And yeah, you're off. Yeah, I'm a very slow player. I always put off quest content and the like, so I'm sure you'll get caught up to me in no time, and do enjoy the game when you get it in on Tuesday. I hope you survive the wait until then. Maybe you can run around in Breath of the Wild to really scratch that itch vicariously. There's a horse with a wagon. Let's see that. Traveling caravan. After many, many hours of Breath of the Wild, a lot of the seemingly emergent but actually scripted overworld events get kind of stale, but we can see them all fresh this time, so let's see everything like it's the first time. Oh yeah, we're going to change shields. Let's do that. If it's truly cold, you need...
Hey.
Have I visited Hebra or its largest settlement, Rito Village? Yeah. Spicy peppers are a must. We've got plenty. Even though we've been eating through all of our dishes. We have no money, but we can finally sell some things. If we want, although I think I want to keep my gems for now. Yeah, we'll eventually want to... Oh, you know what? Fireproof lizard. We actually do want some fire resistance eventually, so let's Let's see. I feel like rubies used to be worth more. Or maybe I just misremember. But maybe we should sell off 1 ruby for now. Just 1. Just to buy up his lizards. Because we don't know whether it will be useful for a weapon upgrade or something later. Let's keep it for now. And we want to keep amber because it's useful for arrows. Not that we'll be spending it like that. It's like a 10 rupee arrow. At least we know what the prices are on some of these things. Yeah, we want fireproof lizards for sure. Yeah, we'll take them all. Okay. And we have enough left to maybe get 1 each of rice and milk and such. We can sell off an additional item. Let's sell off a little bit of opal, since we've got some. We'll be fairly frugal. But we know that some ingredients can be difficult to come by later, so... Actually engaging with the shops for once, imagine that. 48 and 48 gets you to 96. We're just short of that. Let's do 3 and 3. And let's see how I'm doing with peppers. I think I've got plenty, but I might have cooked them all, so... I have plenty of peppers. We don't need them. We will need more food eventually, though. Okay. Oh, look at this guy. He's holding an explosive barrel that looks like a homing arrow waiting to happen. If we can do it. I don't know if we have the range to do it, but... Look at that. Keys, eyeballs, FTW. We don't have something to use the updraft with. Okay, hang on. Let's slap him with a bouncy stick, just see what happens. Okay, we got slapped first. Never mind. Yeah, let's actually watch our health. Given that I've maybe been a little bit risky here with almost no gear and... That was so fancy, though, that Keys eyeball shot. That's what you used them for, and that's why we're going to farm some bats. Yeah, we got some goods over there. I don't think we see any chests necessarily. Got some meat cooking. And yeah, we can blow up the barrels right away, perhaps, but maybe better just sneak over there and start tossing. Or use a barrel to an arrow. We can sneak over there. Let's maybe grab this guy first, just to deal with him. Okay. Oh, we alerted them. That's okay. Okay, let's remember how to actually flurry rush out of this stuff. Okay, good. Boomerangs. Let's not get shot by arrows while we're out here. Oh, can't carry me any more weapons. Let's drop something. I want boomerangs, so we'll just drop this branch. Also because I want to see if we can fuse boomerangs to something interesting. I bet we can. Oh, yeah, boomerangs. Let's fight with a boomerang. Why not? Little boomerangs. Oh wait, did we miss? Yeah, we missed. Let's grab the other one. Where was the other one? This is why we need to use Ultra Hand in my scanning utility the way we used so many weapons previously. That's okay, we'll just let it drop. Coco Bow. Coco Fang. Pine Cones. Yeah, we'll just approach him in a moment. Maybe we can attach a horn. I think that's probably just damage. I bet it's just damage. We'll deal with it later. Okay. Oh, look at that walking tree. We can totally set that guy on fire, though, I bet. It's going to be fire. You know it's going to be fire. Let's toast the tree. Bit of a twist here, though. Yeah. Oh, whoops. Let's actually have a weapon out. The axe is obviously the way to go here. Oh, whoa. I was trying to shield. I hit the wrong button. Oh, come on. That was looking like such a great fight, too. I was trying to shield into that, and I just accidentally threw the arrow instead. That was such a fantastic fight. Let's do it again. We need to redo it from this point, after having dropped the flyer. Let's try not to alert this guy this time. Nope, we missed every shot. There we go. Okay, let's get the tree on fire. Let's get up to these boomerangs. Let's actually... Yeah, we'll heal up in a moment, but... Flaming weapon. Okay. Let's maybe... Oh, okay, flaming weapon. Let's maybe not walk into that. We have to relearn a lot of the combat here. That's okay. It's very, very early game. In some ways, that's when the combat is most fun. Because there's actually a bit of risk involved. Let's go for a snipe again. I don't even know if there's anything useful in this encampment apart from the crates and the meat. Okay, that was a good snipe. Down completely. Now if we can sneak back here, then we can fuse something to the barrels, perhaps, and then... Oh. Never mind. Okay. Also, there's a rock there that is obviously meant for fusion. That bouncy stick. Yeah, let's stick with a bouncy stick. I mean, it's not something I'll get every day, but... Whoop. I better heal up just a little bit. Maybe not too sneaky, but... Let's just grab some food. I really need to cook more health. Boomerang? That's okay, we'll pick it up after. Had a chance. Okay. Let's fuse a boomerang to a rock. I bet we can do that. Drop the twig first. Got another boomerang. Oh, you can't actually pick these up because it's not magnesis. So, interestingly enough, even though it is strictly more powerful than magnesis in many circumstances, that doesn't include this. But we can fuse a boomerang to an existing weapon, which is interesting. Can we? Let's switch weapons first of all. What do we fuse a boomerang to another boomerang? Can we do that? Double boomerang, look at that. And what happens when we do that? Boomerang, boomerang. Can we stack even more? Boomerang, boomerang. Fuse has already been used on this. Okay, never mind. But we have a 12 damage boomerang, boomerang. Okay. Let's not even throw it. Let's just use it as melee. Or maybe we can throw it and it'll... Well, I mean, it'll be a boomerang, boomerang, so... So we just... Oh, let's maybe set this guy on fire first. Let's... Boomerang, boomerang. What an amazing idea. I put a boomerang on your boomerang so you can boom your boomerang. And then we'll just let this guy... Oh, okay, so that's why there were multiple trees. Yeah. We'll toast both of them. So you can just make fire arrows whenever you want in this game, which is very interesting. Okay, we got a rhino beetle off of that too. Poor rhino beetle just living off of a combat tree, unbeknownst to itself. We can make a logarithmic boomerang maybe, once we have the appropriate weapon for it. Like you can maybe take the wooden stick and go fuse. Look at that. Now I've got a bat. Still kind of want to try out a boomerang, but let's try out a boomerang. We'll have plenty of those. Okay. Boomerang's over there. That's okay. We'll just grab the stick at this point. Where's my stick? Evermean Club. Okay, let's club him. Very mean club. Lizalbo, look at that. No wonder it was killing me. And we got some stakes. That's why we came here in the first place, apparently. Let's grab the axe. Now a treasure chest over here. I guess maybe this was one of the incentives to be here in the first place. Spike Boko shield obviously will drop something existing. Drop one of the wooden ones. And we'll eventually put something on it to reinforce. Yeah, we'll need to find Hestu at some point in this game, possibly in a Karok Forest, possibly elsewhere, just to get the inventory expanded, because we are pretty limited right now. Didn't I say something hours ago about going to a stable? We can do that eventually, but this is Breath of the Wild. Well, it's not Breath of the Wild, it's Tears of the Kingdom, but, you know, the principle is the same, that we are going to just follow curiosity. This is interesting. Speaking of following curiosity, yes, that's right, this is the Bolson construction, or Hudson construction zone. Where I guess it's just a bunch of materials that you can use to build... Oh, interesting, wheels. I bet this is essentially a vehicle tutorial. Because we can just build a car or something. And yeah, because you can attach things to a cart, put a flamethrower on it or something. Yeah, this attaches by itself. We would need to expend one of our fans, unless we use a sail. We can find oh, horses. There is a sail here. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Build a little sail car. This is probably exactly meant to be a tutorial to go windsurfing on a car. It's gotta be what it is. And you can just follow the direction of the wind. Not very quickly, apparently. Not much wind, though. But you can make a little boat, I'm sure. Maybe attach some fans and create a motor, although, again, I've got to find a number of fans while I'm on the ground, so I don't want to. Is that too heavily? Let's grab a horse. We'll worry about the car later. Also, yeah, because this is a construction point, we should mark this on a map, because this looks really, really important. Too bad we don't have a car stamp. When we have a car stamp, let's just go star. Maybe. Also, my sound is dead again. Let's fix it. One moment. Second time to stream, unfortunately. We'll be right back while we just try to get that repaired. And I don't know if it was down for very long. I've been trying to keep an eye on it. Okay, should be back. Okay. So we've got a sail car, we've got some horses. Let's grab a horse. You're totally startled. I wonder if we can just chase down a horse with a car. Put the horse before the cart. Did we check this tree? I think we did. There must be an interesting study out there about Breath of the Wild and players with attentional issues. Not that I have attentional issues, I'm just saying. Yeah, if you reorient the wheels to maybe follow the wind direction, maybe then it's not going along a diagonal and you can actually ride it. Not very powerful. I feel like we can also fuse the sail with a weapon, right? Probably. What if you fused a wheel with a weapon? Like, what if you got a wheel and you put it on a shield? Let's do it. Let's do it. That's the point of this game. Rusty shield with a wheel. What happens there? It's just a wheel. What if you shield surf with it? It's just a wheel. Okay, so it doesn't do anything. Yeah, it doesn't even give you anything useful. So, never mind. Armorant. Well-known Twitch celebrity. And, okay, let's try to go for some horses. So yeah, attaching the wheel here doesn't do much, but now we have a wheel on my back. In case we ever need a spare tire. How am I doing for stamina? Not great. Anyway, let's see if we know how to do this still. It's been a while. Back in Breath of the Wild, the very first horse I got was actually the Royal White Stallion, and so it was all downhill from there. Apart from maybe the massive Ganondorf horse. There wasn't really much of a reason to switch out after that, but... First horse of the game, can we do it? Let's remember how to tame it. Well, we're in a pro interface, so I might not actually remember how to tame it because it won't show me. Since the pro interface does hide every button prompt in this game, including all tutorial messages. Unless there's a one in the top right. Soothe with L, right? Yeah, that's right. There we go. There we go. Very nice, very nice. Do I have some apples to give this guy? Yes, I do. Okay. Let's dismount him for a moment and let's just feed you. Munch, munch. It was a revelatory moment for me in Breath of the Wild when I fed an apple to a horse for the first time, because it was one of those moments where I thought, I wonder if this will do the thing I think it will, and it totally did. And it was so incredibly satisfying. I also totally didn't mark the stable on my map, but I'm guessing we can't fuse the horse to anything. That's okay, we've got a horse. And we can hear this game's edition of the horse riding music. Oh, this is somebody scouting and new. Actually, it is just going to be the same horseback music as the first game, at least with the piano introduction. I don't know if it'll elaborate itself into something other than Zelda's Lullaby, which was the overworld horse theme in the first game. Kato of the Sheikah tribe. I think he was one of the Kakariko guards in the first game, I think. I don't recall exactly. I'm just guessing visually. You may want to meet with Lady Impa. Well, we put that off in the last game. We'll probably put it off again, too. She's investigating the geoglyphs that have appeared across the land. Traveling in one of those balloon contraptions that should be at New Seren stable. I'm tempted to just avoid the stable now. But I don't think that was the one we were looking at anyway, because that's to the northwest. That's obviously... I mean, that's how we play, we just ignore quests. But if we followed a road, we should just come across a stable, right? Like, I know there was one that I saw in the distance when I was first dropping in. So we just need to follow the smoke, perhaps. And find it. And there we are, that's his stable. Don't know if that'll be the correct one, but we'll park the horse anyway and... I need to reach my friend. Well, I need to reach my stable, so we'll do that first. And here's Beetle. Okay. Wetland stable. Yep, that's right. Let's talk to Big B. Are you a fellow traveler on a journey of life? I think we've met. I've got the energetic rhino beetle too. I wonder if we can trade it off to him like we did in the previous game. And I wonder if the sale prices differ. Nope, sale prices are just going to be approximately the same. The guy was crazy about the energetic rhino beetle previously, so the fact that we have one and he hasn't seemed to notice seems to indicate to me that maybe he's not lost interest, but, you know, he's had other priorities. Splash fruit. Enhanced swim speed. Interesting. Sputtering butterfly, that's also flame resistance. We want as much flame resistance as possible, so we'll... I think this will be similar to the fireproof lizard, but we'll take it. I found it very rewarding in Breath of the Wild to be buying up inventory anyway for... what do you call it? The Great Fairy upgrades. You never heard of Papilio volcansis? I mean, yeah, it's a volcanic butterfly. Smotherwing butterfly is a lot easier to say. Yes, it is. Let's sell off one thing just so we can maybe stock up a little bit more. We're obviously not selling the stars. Maybe one opal. Just what? We can just buy up a little bit more inventory. Also because butterflies are a pain to catch, so we'll take it. When I was playing Master Mode in the first game, I got into the habit of buying up tons of arrows as well. Yeah, this guy's like the opposite of Blathers in Animal Crossing. Loves his bugs. Did I forget to buy something? Ah, okay, there it is. Energetic Rhinoceros Beetle. I'm sure he'll trade for it. Energizing Elixir. That's not very much. I don't know about that. Special medicine of yours you infuse with Bright-Eyed Crab Essence. I feel like that's not a very good trade. But you never know when you might need another stamina bottle, so you know what, let's do it once. It is a full bar, so... And I wonder if he gives me the recipe for it, since he said what the recipe was. Anyway, he's happy now. We're all happy. Let's stable up in the wetland stable. I'm not a member? Yeah. He doesn't remember that I have a membership? I guess it must have expired after warping everywhere with Zelda for a while, or taking a Royal Stallion. I already know about a stable system, would tell me anyway. Okay. Let's register. We gotta name it. Oh, we entrusted a horse to you once before. I'll just go ahead and register any horse that had your name on it. So yeah, he doesn't remember me, but, you know, we'll take the new horse. What's the pull stat? That looks like it's something new. I will take it. First one's free. We haven't thought about this. Black horse. We're not doing the cliche Zelda thing and calling it Epona. Actually, you know what? I've got an idea. Eponymous. Yeah, eponymous. Or even eponym. Let's do it. Eponymous. Okay. Just the first thing that came to mind. I'm sure we'll get a better horse. We want to save better names for better horses, basically. So let's board it for now in case we can dress it up or whatever. Yeah, let's board it. Pony points, that's new. Every time you use a service, you get points. Launching, registering, etc. Okay. Setter's incentive to stay at the inn. Interesting business model. Pony points for prizes. Interesting. Let's see what that is all about. Also, recipes. Oh yeah, this is pretty familiar. I'll screenshot it anyway. I'm in the habit of screenshotting recipes in case anything is different in this game. We'll worry about it later. Read the ledger. Points rewards. Towing harness. Okay. Interesting. Let's receive the reward then. What is this?
Hi.
Do we attach it to the horse? Better towing, or... Oh, if I save it one more point so we'll stay in the lodge, we'll do that. Hook up your horse to various things. Oh, I see. So you can actually make a horse-drawn card. You can totally make a horse-drawn card. I wonder if that's something you can use infinitely. I sure hope so. Let's stay in the lodge. You can totally put the cart before the horse. Regular bed and a Malanya bed. Malanya being the horse goddess. Mystical message. Ah, okay, so we can't use it yet anyway. We'll get there. Let's say morning. And a new overnight chime. Also an extract of the music to Breath of the Wild. Okay, let's grab the towing harness. So yeah, it's interesting how incentives like these get you to use systems that might have been very easily overlooked in the first game. After a certain point in the first game, I just wasn't staying at inns. Comes as a set with a horse saddle. Attach a wagon or other objects. And we could still drive the horse, right? So we can basically load up a wagon and lug it somewhere. I'm sure there's a quest that will require me to do this. Horse god fabric. Ah, okay, just the dye shop as before. The 7 points for the Malanya bed will perhaps be interesting. What is this? Do not touch. Getting some new artwork in eventually. So how do we use it? Towing harness. Let's talk to this guy. Worked so hard to build a well and can't even use it. This is the principle of the thing. Sneak strike tutorial, I see. But the big one to leave. Okay, I've got a little bit of camera drift here. Let's try to keep that under control. We're going to do the nonsensical thing and go head on, I'm sure, but... Splash fruit. Given that the well is separately marked, I bet we can go down. Oh yeah, we totally can. This is something we missed from the Ocarina days. I've got bright blooms for continuing. Considering how non-linear the layout of this game is, it really does go out of its way for first impressions. But that's, you know, something we know from previous experience. What was a sticky lizard? A sticky lizard looked new. We missed it largely. Let's maybe grab an axe. Some more arrows. Bright caps. And the well continues that way as well. Let's log club. What's something we can use as a mining weapon? Stone axe? I don't know if it'll work. Because we kind of need a boulder to break this stuff, right? Yeah, we need a boulder for it. Let's get a rock. Maybe grab the thick stick and we can grab a rock for it. And we'll use that as a mining weapon. Topaz. Diamond. Diamond is 25 attack power if you want to spend a diamond that way. I guess if you have a particularly durable weapon. That would be interesting for some speed techniques, or just trading up to special rewards for mini-bosses or what have you. Just take the diamond and poke something to death. That might be really interesting. And you can just cut something with diamonds. And have like a diamond arrow at some point that you would totally waste by firing it into nothingness. Merlin, welcome. Oh, bomb flowers, wonderful. Should have scoped around for more of these. What happens if I try to use the ascend power here? Oh, come on, it's not gonna let me? Really? It looks like such a conspicuous location. I bet we can climb that still. Southwell. Like if we can stand on a ledge here, maybe that's within ascend range. Or maybe we can just poke our way out of here. Maybe we need to burn the cover first. Or, oh, no, no. We'll be out in the woods if I'm not mistaken. Ah, here's a shrine. Wasn't there supposed to be a monster here? Oh, yes. There are a few. Moblins and the like. We'll just be sneaky. Yeah, Merlin is going very well. This is a very rare bonus stream for me. I usually am not able to be on during this hour, but for Zelda, we made a very special exception. Because I cannot tear myself away from this game. And we're going to be playing lots more. I mean, I usually will not be able to be on at this hour, but let's see another shrine and mess around here for an hour like we did with the last one. Yeah, Merlin, hope you've been doing well. Likewise. Forward force. Okay, we'll see what that's all about. Hopefully we don't have fall damage issues this time, but... Oh, this looks like a spot for an orb. And that looks like the exit, so... We'll eventually move something there. What's this? Nothing that we can hit yet. So we'll be looping around that area back into the main entrance then, by the looks of it. Oh, here's some fire. And an orb. Ah, okay, so we're going to drive a car. Baby, you can drive my car. And okay. Wonder if the car is able to get into the lava. Whether it has the height to do so. Yes, it does. We can make a fan. The idea, though, it will be to eventually move this over. Forward force, eh? Oh, so you can activate it. Let's recall it. Hang on just a moment. Yeah, we'll send it backwards. Wait, no, we need to send the cart backwards, not that. Not the ball. Oh, it attaches to one object at a time. But it'll pull that back. Great. Oh. Let's pull everything back, and then we'll release once I have a chance to get back on. Amazing. Nope. We want this one, Ultra Hand. And Merlin, you've been offline from Twitch for a long time, yeah. I mean, I hope you're still getting some making done and playing interesting things anyway. Even if you have been not so networked for it. Okay, so what do we attach to this? I mean, we have wheels, we can still go, right? Oh, maybe not this attachment point. Let's... Hang on, we do need to move the ball up eventually, so... We need some way to move everything, so... Maybe if we... Hang on. Go like this. And try to attach... What do we attach down below? Yeah. It's kind of stuck right now. Let's unstick it. Let's not step backwards into the lava. That would be a really bad idea. Yeah, this will activate, but we need the wheels to move against some kind of surface to propel forward. So it's not going to be this. It's going to be... you actually can move that. But maybe it's just like a shrine-style puzzle where we just need a plank for that to sit on to hold the ball. We'll have the ball nestle up against it. Hang on, let's take this down. And sure, we'll pile everything on and see how it goes in terms of weight. Eventually need to move myself up there, but I wonder if we can use recall in conjunction with Ultra Hand. We need to trap it up there somehow. Obviously, because that's way too much weight. Let's take this thing apart. Let's just attach it on top. It's pretty significant weight, but what we can do is we can brace it one platform at a time. So for example, we just move it forward, and then as it's coming down, we stop it. I mean, not like that, obviously, but we basically stop at one plank at a time, and maybe stagger its way up. The question is how I freeze it along the way, which is probably just going to be using recall, assuming I can use recall and Ultra Hand at the same time. So, for example, Ultra Hand here, then we move it back with recall. Okay. Problem is that recall will deactivate. Yeah, we switched to Ultra Hand. I don't know if recall is still active. Let's try it. Oh no. You can totally do it that way. I just need to be faster and I need to suspend it for longer. Okay. Now we just move it up. And then we let it slide down and we just recall it. Oops. Hang on. How do I select this properly? Okay. So I can't rotate this thing quickly enough, is the thing. We need to rotate it like this. Hang on. I don't think we have quite enough weight to brace it either. What we actually need to do is we need to take the ball down and maybe move this midway. I feel like it is going to be with recall somehow and using these planks, but we need these planks to be more easily placed so we can prop them up immediately. Like that. I just don't know how to rotate quickly enough to do that. Let's... Again? Yeah, we need to fall down and then we prop it back up. Hang on. Oh, hang on. Let's go in. Up. We let it fall and then we bring it back slowly. And then we need to stop the rail somehow. Also, yeah, it's totally this open position here, which is why it was failing to stop. We would basically need to use these planks to create a stopper. Like this. Basically use this to create a stopping platform. Like this. And the weight might still be a little too much. So let's actually go up there and see what the vantage is like from up top. Because of course we're not really using the wheels either. Anything reachable here? The other thing too is that I can actually create planks that I can jump on myself and use that as a position for moving the ball with Ultra Hand. That might be better, in fact. That'd be a lot better. That I think about this as a walking platform that I use for my purposes. I don't know if it's going to slide, but we'll try it this way. Yeah, because then we take the other one. Maybe rotate it. Three-dimensional space is difficult. Whoops. Maybe move it up here. Then attach it like this, which is totally not what I'm going for, but that's okay. We can detach it and bring it up. Let's actually move both planks up here so we can manipulate them a little more easily. Oh, also we get more planks. Don't we? Oh, and we'll eventually need to move it over to raft. That's okay. We have wheels here. We can do it. Looks like there will be eventually some kind of treasure chest point here too. Let's just scout ahead and take a look. Just to see what we're dealing with. This is just a return passage, I think, if you get stuck on the wrong side of the water. Yeah, because it's just a ferrying objects across water puzzle, by the looks of it. Oh, yeah, no fall damage, please. Okay. And we can do that. We know how to run the wheels at this point. We just need to have enough weight to support the ball. Okay. So, what happened to my planks? Here they are. So, here we'll go like this. Well, maybe drop it gently. Like that, and let it tilt. Good. Then we'll drop this over here. Yeah, because if we can go recall and then shake it, shake the ball off the platform using the Ultra Hand, then that might be the ideal way to do it. So we, hang on, do some rotation properly. We don't want to attach; we just want to drop. Then we steadily pull this up. Whoops. I said we steadily pull this up. Whoop, totally fell down. Okay, no, we can do it this way. I think we can do it. Also, we can try to fuse one of these wheels just to have some fun, but we'll do that after. They seem better than the wheels that we have on the outside, so... Oh, no, hang on. Okay. Did kind of feel like we needed these as stopping points, but no, I like the solution. I think it's probably okay. And we can even attach, but I think it's just going to drag everything down if we do. Okay, now we're going to switch to recall. No, we're going to rewind it at this point. And then, now at this point, we're able to take this and shake it. There we go. Okay. Solved. Now let's fuse some weapons just because we can. Unless I need some additional wheels, but... yeah, we already have so many things fused here and there. I just kind of want to see what the effects are. Big wheel. We get a wheel shield. We fuse to the existing wheel shield. Yeah, we can try with a wooden shield. I don't want to try with a Boca shield just yet until we know what this does. Big wheel shield. Okay, doesn't really do much. But what if we took something like an existing stick? We already have axes. Or a rock hammer. The bouncy stick doesn't seem to do much, but we only have so many bounces. Also just create some kind of giant bat with some of this stuff. Yeah, let's take one of the existing axes. Now let's go destroy fused. Actually, I want to see what it does with the platforms. Metal plate. Look at that, we got a metal plate guster, okay. Basically like the wooden gusters except metallic. Anyway, now we have this rather spectacular loadout. We might need to affix some additional wheels to this anyway. But we'll see how we do. With my Ultra Hand. So what's the catch to this? There's definitely a catch, right, when it comes to Trying to just load this across. Can't be that easy. What's to catch? Oh well, let's take the metal plate guster and fan. The catch is as really heavy. That's nothing that additional wheels can't fix, though, right? Merlin, you're gonna go to sleep? Yeah, I hope you feel better. Why don't I just grab this with me as the wheels are going? Or will that be too heavy? That'll be too heavy. What if I drop this? Then will it go? It will not. Oh, because we're going against a current, I see. So what we actually need to do is we need to dam the water. That's the solution. We're going to dam the water. That's why there's a whole passage that allows me to go up instead. Either that or we build a bridge. Except that'll just sink, right? We can just build a bridge, maybe. I wonder, because let's say I pick this up. Can't be that simple. I bet it would sink. Sink like a stone. There's no way, right? That seems too simple. Seems much too simple. Then why would we need to cart anything across? We can just walk. Why would we need to do any of this? Maybe because there aren't enough pieces to reach, but then why can't we just grab pieces from the previous room and then be done with it? Or even just take apart some of these racks. Does this fit in this narrow passage? It totally does. So what's the problem? Yeah, we just need one additional piece, right? We just walk the thing across. What's the twist? Or is there no twist and we're just doing things the slow and inefficient way? I mean, the problem is the current of the water. Why don't we just do that and walk? Is there a weight issue here? No, there isn't. Yeah, so I guess this is just going to be flexible. Open to multiple solutions, which is the way I like it. Okay, so we get a weight plate over here, but then if we release it, I see, so then does it stay open? Yes, it does. Feels like we probably missed a treasure chest or something. Let's scan around just to be sure, because I'm sure we missed something. Not really. Maybe there was something down there. Oh, that totally looks like a treasure chest, actually. Let's see if we can get it. Right, do you see it? Yeah, I see it. Or did I misread that? No, it's definitely down below me. Well, let's fish it out. Okay, here we go. Always check. Zonaite sword. Resonates with attached Zonaite devices. We'll keep it for sure, but let's figure out what we're tossing. I mean, Lizalfo's arm is going to break pretty much immediately, but we might as well toss the log club then, I think. That's something we haven't used much that is going to be obsolete. So we'll keep that. And we'll move another plank, so we just move our way over. Well, move another plank. Let's move this. And we'll get out of here. I swim against the current, slightly. Yeah, that was a pretty elaborate setup for something that was reasonably simple. Done well to reach this place, apparently. And here we are. Light of Blessing. Not that we have found another statue yet on the overworld, but, you know, eventually when we go to the towns, I'm sure we'll find something to that effect. How are we doing for health? 4 hearts, so... There's the Moblin camp here that we were thoroughly warned about as being not the most vulnerable to sneak strikes. We do need to do more health-oriented cooking at some point, but... Yeah, you can sneak around and bat this guy in the back, maybe. Go for some attack power with the Lizalfo's arm. Perhaps. Maybe we shouldn't be picking this fight, but we'll do it. Hopefully nobody scouts me in the meantime. We see a couple of weapons that are off to the side. We'll probably pick up once we sneak in here. Great, got it. And then, now, let's take our club and do the rest. Oh, that's a big hit. Let's... Yeah, let's eat this and then grab some more. We are not making very efficient use of the ingredients, but whatever, we're low in health, so... There'll be more. Oh yeah, it's flaming weapon, no wonder. And, oh, On fire. Oh, he'll burn. That's okay. That's done. Simple. Maybe use too many consumables there, but we'll take it. Rock boomerang. Oh, got a guy over there. You know what? Let's go boomerang, boomerang. Oh, shot in the face. Okay. Maybe let's be careful. Keep underestimating the attack powers of these camps. We're doing so well too after the sneak strike and everything, and yeah, with a critical hit from Los Alphos, we were doing just fine. Oh yeah, okay, so it auto-saved after the Moblin. Which is great because it means we'll just sneak strike some more, probably. If we can. Even take this guy out. Oh, whoops, never mind. Okay, let's hide. Let's get out of bow range. That's a mighty shield that we shouldn't be messing with. Okay. Let's toast him. Lazal shield. We're obviously trading for that. Yeah, the big wheel shield is not actually that good here, so let's drop it. We don't want to burn this shield right away, though. Let's go wheel shield. Start weak and work our way up. Okay. Oh, no. Hang on. That's why we gotta be careful. Work on our aim. Here we go. Really do need to heal up at that stable, perhaps, while we're in the area. What were we even trying to loot here? Nothing in particular. Died to just a rock at this point. We'll keep Lizalfos arm. I actually think that if we do Lizalfos arm plus rock, that we could heal up his durability slightly, and then... I know it's still badly damaged. Okay, so never mind. Oh no, it was just badly damaged when we took it out. I think it's actually okay now. So, we can then switch over to something like an axe and grab what we want, and then maybe even do some cooking. Oh, whoops, let's not set this on fire. Okay. Let's actually have a cookout for once. We've been putting this off for way too long. Apples, stamilla. We need some pure healing items, though. I think we need to just go for an egg mix or something. Because we don't always need the stat gain. Fruit mushroom mix, yeah, that's good. Then go stamilla for some of this stuff. Just need some healing items, some lightweight ones, and slightly energizing. Then let's see what else we can do here. Bright cap, a glowing effect. That's interesting. Let's see what that is. So we're gonna see glow. Illuminate your immediate surroundings. I guess, yeah, because there will be dark areas, I guess you have to illuminate personally. Let's cook another one of those just to have it ready, just in case we need to enter a dark zone later. Got lots of glow caps and the like, but, you know, we might as well do it. And then we'll do a little more just to buff ourselves up. Stem bulb. Yeah, let's put it with the stimulus shroom as well, just for the extra stamina power. Mushroom skewer. Yeah, we just need more pure healing as well, so. Maybe some that are going to consume fewer hearts. Or restore fewer hearts while we start 4, so we're not wasting too much at a time. Yeah, a couple of omelets will do. And a Chickaloo tree nut. We'll do it with something else later. Let's actually do a big stamina restoration item, just in case we need it eventually for a big climb or something. It seems like elixirs are probably much more efficient for this, but might as well stock up while we have a chance. Yeah, 6 hearts. That's going to be a longer term consideration, but we'll take it. Anyway, we're on very low health, but we're right by the stable, so we'll probably just do that instead. Can't carry more melee, that's okay. Hey, we got a goat there. Greatest of all time. Let's down it for some meat. And cook the meat. Give it some salt. And anything else we want to put with it? We don't really need heat items at the moment. Maybe later. Give it a shroom though. Splash fruit. Oh yeah, swim speed. Well, maybe eventually want that, but I wonder. Has some medicinal value. I guess this maybe just for healing. Increased attack power during thunderstorms. That's an interesting effect. It's not lightning resistance. Dazzle fruit. I guess this would also be a glow. But anyway, we need healing items, so. Let's just grab some. Yeah, it's not actually the most efficient there, but we'll take an axe and pick some things up. And there's a well here, but yeah, we've been there. We've been down. Good way to sneak into this area. From the underground, definitely. Something that adds considerably to the sense of scale and depth in this world. Yeah, and we need to collect points anyway, so we might as well cash in here. This is a bad idea. Never shoot the cocos.
Wow!
We have other ways to get drumsticks. Let's sell off just a little bit so we can afford a night at the inn. Now we got a couple of rubies. Yeah, just 1 ruby for the time being then. We did pick up a diamond at some point. We're obviously not selling it. I just want to see 500 as before. In case we ever want that 25 attack power. And let's stay the night. I don't know if we care about the time of day just yet, but take it. Next reward in a point. Trouble in Zora's domain. Water is polluted. And used to recommend a tourist, but not so much anymore. Well, we'll see. Let's, It's always useful to have a torch, but the thing is we don't have weapon slots right now. And we'll have other ways to get fire, but... yeah, maybe we'll forgo that for the time being, but I definitely found it useful to always have a torch in the first game, so... Mr. Customer. I did get rid of it. Got rid of the moblin, so... let's cash in. Get on money. Yes, we will take it, and then... grab the reward. I didn't know they were transferable between customers, but oh, I guess this guy essentially counts as staff, and he can dispense with pony points whenever he wants. Let's get the reward, then. It'll just be the die pattern, I believe. And after that, it'll be Melania beds at 7 points. Yeah, I kind of want to just spend 70 rupees now to see what the Melania prophecy is like. Also, we still haven't figured out how to use the towing harness. Money is just money. I actually am curious about this. Let's do it. We'll just spend the night twice. And we'll cycle through the days. I'm sure the blood moon will be back soon enough if we cycle so quickly, but that's okay. Then we'll try to Melania bed. More energized. I guess it would give you maybe the temporary stamina buff or something. 1 additional horse, okay. What is the current horse limit then? Let's I didn't know there was a horse limit right now, but maybe see. Oh, look at that! It detects your Breath of the Wild save file. And you can get your horses from Breath of the Wild. Not only that, but I don't remember... I don't know if it's just pulling from my standard save file or also from my master mode save, because I honestly don't remember what I named the horses, but... yeah, because we actually have the Mega Horse from the first game. This is the first sign of interaction between save files that we've seen so far. And of course it makes sense. So I kind of wondered, given that it does pull from your first save file, I wonder if it interacts the same way with your Tarrytown progress or something like that, because I was kind of wondering about the things that would be conditional on what you did originally. But some of these horses are definitely from my original save, not my master mode save. I don't remember if this was one of my master mode horses. I think this is just from my original file. So I had no idea. But I wonder if they can keep their saddles. Let's actually see if I have my... I mean, I doubt it, right? Look, we'd only have the horses, we wouldn't have the gear. And Derbyshire Visitor, yeah. Cluing everybody into that. Towing harness. Sure, why not? So it doesn't seem to keep the gear, but I don't really remember. Yeah, we know about the whistle. We've accidentally activated it so many times. So we have the towing harness, which we can then use in conjunction with Ultra Hand, no doubt, to tow things. Then we can ride the horse. Well, so now I'm really curious what else is going to pull from the Breath of the Wild save. I didn't know there would be any kind of interaction at all. But we'll store another horse. I'm going to have to log off soon anyway, because I've got some things to do before I come back for another session later today, so... But we will be back for more. The rumored beast footprints. Twin kids at a stable somewhere. Right, because there's that one stable where everybody is a twin, right? Stable association but rumored beast. That's rather large. Okay. Anyway, Melania bed. What were we saying? Let's take it. Also, my camera's going a bit nuts. I hope it's not stick drift. Quicker hooves and thicker hides. So you can upgrade your horses, not just revive them from death, I suppose. Northeast rule, a nearest stable in Akala. Maybe very close to where the Great Ferry in that game was located. So anyway, we do have one free horse slot still, and we have so many horses we don't need to do too much with them. And we have the Ganon horse, which has crazy stamina, so... Well, if nobody else streaming this is surprised to dig up names of horses from Breath of the Wild that they had long forgotten and would rather wish were buried. I'm glad I just didn't name my new horse redundantly with anything we had in the past. Yeah, I think I don't have my Master Mode horses here. But then that's because I loaded into perhaps my standard save file. You see, this is curious because I actually only loaded into my standard Breath of the Wild save file from many years ago to check something yesterday. I wonder if it pulls from your most recent save. Because before that I was playing Master Mode for quite some time, and I don't know if there's a priority to whether it pulls from the most recent save or if it always goes for standard. Or something like that. But somebody else will have to test it, obviously. As soon as they register some horses. I guess that's maybe the one and only benefit of having save files be account bound. Rather than separate the way that I often wished they were. So I could have a fresh run through Breath of the Wild whenever I liked without disrupting my original. So yeah, with the Melania bed we have both extra hearts and extra stamina wheel, which is excellent. I should eat first. Yeah, so should I. Speaking of which, first of all, let's see if I have my Ganon horse at full power here. And let's see what kind of customizations we can have. Because we could never really customize this guy, I think. Not very much. Yeah. No saddles or bridles. For a horse of this size. Yeah, we have our mega horse. Oh, interesting. So the Ganon horse can't have the towing harness, it looks like. So no towing harness on this guy, but wonder if we can customize something with anything from this stable. Like I said, we have to log off soon, so I will probably quit at the stable here. And yeah, we have much better bonds with our old horses, so we'll take them. Let's remove it for a moment. We might swap it out later once we want to play around with that. I don't know if it'll just drag the towing harness if we have nothing attached. I'm just going to check the customizations. We've got nothing right now, I don't think so. Okay, that's all you can do, is the towing harness. Okay. Well, in that case, why hello, old friend. Back together again. We are going to stop here for now. Because, like I said, very rare that I'll get a bonus stream together at this time of the day, and we've kind of exhausted how much I can do with it, because we do have to take off to take care of some other things. But since we're here, let's maybe have a bit of a climb. Don't want to waste the bonus stamina just yet until we really need to. But let's take a look at the classic vantage point, where in the previous games occasionally you'd find a Korok up here in some of the stables. But anyway, we'll wrap around, we'll get a look at the lay of the land, and I think we will log off right here. So this beautiful vantage point over the castle. So, here we are at the stable. We're going to be back in a couple of hours. We've got 2 shrines done over the session. We learned about the Shield Surf Pogo Stick. We did so many things already in our first little excursion in Hyrule proper. Anyway, thanks for watching. We are going to continue very soon. In a matter of hours, in fact. If all goes well. Until we return. And I cannot wait to return. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy this game if you are playing it. And above all, fare thee well.